Okay, thank you for watching another one of my videos. And like I did say in a previous video that not all my videos are going to be game related, and I'll be doing a lot of WWE videos as well, which this one is. I mainly wanted to talk about the topic of, is WWE how it is today? Is it currently the best it's been in 10 years? I personally think it is. I think, well, maybe like 8 years or something, because everyone knows the Attitude Era from like 1997 to 2001 or 2002. That was, like, in a lot of people's opinions, the pinnacle of WWE, like the top end, the best entertainment, the best superstars, all that. And it's ever since we've been out of that era, and as the PG era, as it likes to be called, has implemented its way in, a lot of people have been saying that it's been deteriorating in quality, and yeah, I agree that it's not as good as the Attitude Era. It's not as exciting, and it's a bit more like child friendly. But I think personally, in the past year, 2011, and going into 2012, I think it's improved a lot, and I think we've got a lot to look forward to when judging by what we've got on offer. We've got, I'll start with the champions. We haven't got John Cena as WWE champion, and that usually is just like, if WWE can't think of anyone else to give a storyline to, they'll give John Cena the title, just to like build up his profile more. And he's like a 10-11 time world champion, and that's purely because WWE didn't have anyone to step up to that mark to kind of rival him with that. Because the big names, Triple H, who isn't really on the scene as a full-time star anymore, he was gone. Randy Orton was there, but that again, Randy Orton's been used just like Cena. It always used to be John Cena and Randy Orton as both the champions or rivaling against each other. But now, as you should know, CM Punk is the WWE champion, and that is something I'm really excited about to see. And I've liked how he's grown in 2011, because I've always been a fan of him, but I never did think he was going to be like the main event superstar. But he's grown. I think last year's promo that he did, where he shot the WWE, the one where they kind of made him have an outburst on at the end of Raw a few months ago, that really that put him in one of my favourite wrestlers for that, just because it showed me that he can pull off a great promo without making it. I believed that was like a genuine outburst, an outburst of his feelings. But obviously, as it transpired, we found out it was all part of the story. But yeah, that he's generated into one of the really top superstars, and he's just a lot different than John Cena. John Cena's got the muscles, but he's just got so boring. You can tell that with the crowd reactions now, with the 5 moves of doom that he uses, and just the way he is, the way he's never angry, anything like that. All the fans are all screaming out for a heel turn. I think a John Cena heel as a heel would work really well, but again, Vince McMahon's never going to do that, because the merchandise that the children want from him, he'll lose loads of money if John Cena goes heel, and the kids don't have anyone to look up to as their superhero anymore. But yeah, that's my thoughts on like CM Punk kind of maybe knocking John Cena off his throne, kind of taking that lead role in the WWE for 2012. As well as CM Punk, you've got all these other great wrestlers that are rising through the ranks. People like Daniel Bryan, who's the World Heavyweight Champion, a great, real technical wrestler who actually has past experience of it in Fire Pro Wrestling, Japan Pro Wrestling, all that. He's rose through the actual ranks. He's worked really hard to get to where he is today. He hasn't just got the big muscles. He isn't just someone like Ezekiel Jackson or Batista, who's just got the look and the big muscles to make him look instantly powerful. He's small, he's smaller than most of his opponents, but people support him because of how he's rose through the ranks. And again, that along with CM Punk, we've got a lot to look forward to with someone like him as champion, because it's just a lot different to what we're used to. Coming away from like the wrestlers and that, you've got some really good things to look forward to in 2012. Obviously, John Cena and The Rock is going to be a massive time for the WWE. I'm really looking forward to that, and I hope they do the right thing. In my mind, I really want The Rock to win that, because I'm a big Rock fan. I've used to watch all the Attitude Era, all that, and I've grown up loving The Rock, and it'll be good to see him win this huge rivalry that's been going on. But again, in my mind, I'm thinking that WWE are gonna do something that is gonna anger fans, which will be either, well, John Cena will possibly win, and then that will just cause outrage because of how much Cena's hated already. Beating The Rock at WrestleMania isn't going to help that at all. Or The Rock will win, and then they'll shake hands after, and kind of like a passing of the baton sort of thing of the People's Champion. He's like passing that over to Cena, and I really don't want to see that. I'm hoping that they do the right thing. So yeah, we'll see what that brings. But 2012 is looking promising. Masked Kane is back. That's probably going to be Kane's like final run in the WWE. He's like 42 now, so again he's coming to the end of his wrestling career. So it's good to have him back in the mask, having one last run as a monster heel. After, again, it's going to do well for his profile because he's rivaling with Cena at the moment. So again, he's got all the kids against him, but again, it's good for the older wrestling fans who like have a it's like kind of nostalgic to see Kane back in the mask again and acting as a monster type, so you say. So yeah, that's good to see. Chris Jericho has just returned again, another blast from Attitude Era WCW. So you still got these great wrestlers just rising like as well. One last go at it in 2012. So Kane, Jericho, Triple H has recently been there. Kevin Nash has been there. Booker T's getting back in the ring. Obviously, The Rock's back in for a bit. So yeah, a lot to look forward to. And I think the talent on the roster is really good at the moment compared to past years. You've got people, Dolph Ziggler, who I really rate, and I think he's going to be really big in the next few years. He can really wrestle well. He puts on a great show. The way he sells each move is really good, I think. And you've got so you've got Dolph Ziggler, you've got like Swagger. You've got Drew McIntyre's having a comeback, I think, soon. You've got Cody Rhodes, who's looking really promising. And again, you've got like the entertaining people that, like people like Truth, and that I think, although no one really takes their wrestling seriously, it still adds to the entertainment of WWE. In my opinion, I think he's really good. Again, along with Miz, he's working really well, and they're working really well, getting a little rivalry together. So yeah, a lot to look forward to, I think. I'd like to know your thoughts. Do you think 2012 is the year for WWE? Do you think it's going to like have its best year in about 10 years or so? Because it's looking promising. Like I've said, you've got all the big returns of people. You've got the great wrestlers rising through the ranks. You've got like little indie wrestlers like Daniel Bryan, CM Punk. They're all rising up and just proving that WWE isn't all about John Cena and Randy Orton and like the big show and all that. It's not all about the big muscles. And yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. I'd like to know your thoughts, and that's it really. Thanks for watching this video. I'll be doing a lot more WWE videos, and that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on my next video.